gonna do the thing. Ready, go.
What up, y'all? How's it going? Welcome back to another
That
video.
was so cringy.
Could have been, but we're gonna roll with it. I'm Chris.
I'm Jasmine.
We're Sweet Simple Vegan, and we're back with another video.
Today's a special video.
It really is. It really warms my heart just thinking about it. What are we making? What are we doing?
So today is I can't even say it seriously. I was gonna say today is all about love, but
It is.
Today is we're doing our Valentine's Day video today. We asked on Instagram if you wanted Valentine's Day recipes. You guys said yes. So here we are. We are celebrating Valentine's Day early so we can get this video out, but it's also good because we're actually not going to be in town next weekend.
We keep it low-key for Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
So we don't really celebrate. We don't do gifts.
We're not
Every
really,
day is Valentine's Day.
Exactly.
For us.
I was gonna say we're not really Valentine's Day people. We're everyday kind of people. You know what I mean?
Keep it real here.
So today we're making 3 different recipes for a dinner date night. So we have an appetizer, an entree, and a dessert. And our goal with this was just to make everything very simple, straightforward, tasty,
Cook it in your PJs kind of deal.
So we wanted to make recipes that I guess were representative of like love and Valentine's Day, and we wanted to
incorporate our favorite things and things that we think are reminiscent of
love.
Love.
So you know that's gotta be cheese, vegan cheese, pasta, and chocolate.
Boom. What more could you ask for?
Exactly. So we are doing first up a vegan cheese fondue, and this was inspired by our trip to Melting Pot. If you guys haven't seen our previous video, we went to Melting Pot. We showed how you can eat vegan there. They actually have a vegan cheese fondue, and we're making our own version of it today. And it's not anything like crazy. You don't need cashews. You don't need to blend things. It's just very simple. One pot, put everything in there, melt it, done, and
boom.
You've got your fondue.
And then next for our entree, we are making something that's really special to me because it's something my parents always made when I was growing up, and kind of as I got older, and it kind of like slowly adapted as I went vegan and then my mom went vegan. So basically it's like a pasta with broccoli rabe and vegan sausage, and then it's got like some red pepper in there and some garlic and some olive oil. It's really good.
It's really good.
Yeah, it's apparently a thing. I thought my parents made it up, but it's a real thing, so we're gonna be making that. And
for dessert, we're making a chocolate bark, and I feel like this is one of those recipes that you make that is so simple, but like so impressive because it looks beautiful. It's like a piece of art. It's gonna be really good for photos, so I'm excited to share that with you guys. But it's a white and dark chocolate swirl with some raspberries, and it's tasty. It is appropriate for Valentine's Day, and you guys are gonna love it.
So that's it. The whole idea was to have everything ready in under an hour. I'm not sure if you said that already, but
I think we might have. I don't know.
Okay. Either way, we're gonna get cooking. We're excited for you guys to come along and cook with us. So let's get into
started.
it.
This is so satisfying. So for this bark, you just need 3 ingredients. So we have a vegan semi-sweet chocolate. We have a vegan white chocolate. We actually found this at Target.
I believe so.
I think it's from Target, but you can also order some vegan white chocolate online. They're starting to pop up in more stores, but it's still something that's not completely widespread. But if you can get your hands on it, I would recommend it because it looks really nice in this recipe. But if you can't use vegan white chocolate, you can totally just use the dark chocolate and just skip this ingredient. It'll still taste delicious. The 3rd ingredient is freeze-dried raspberries, and we got these at Trader Joe's. They also do sell freeze-dried bananas, freeze-dried blueberries, strawberries, a bunch of different things if you prefer to use another fruit or if you have allergies. Or you can also just use some crushed up nuts if that is what you can get your hands on or prefer. So there's a lot of options here. Feel free to customize this however you want. Chocolate bark is one of the easiest desserts to make, and it's so easy to customize. You really can't go wrong with what you add on top unless you add something, I don't know, like Parmesan cheese or something. That would be kind of interesting. So I am editing this video right now, and out of curiosity, I Googled chocolate and Parmesan, and I was wrong. Apparently it's a thing. There isn't bark here, but there's chocolate Parmesan grilled cheese, Parmesan bonbons and truffles. There are Parmesan chocolate chip cookie bites. And
this all sounds disgusting.
There's a whole chart for pairing Parmesan and dark chocolate. So maybe that wasn't a good example. This honestly does not sound appetizing to me, but maybe if you guys could convince me to try something, or if you guys have any recommendations, I will try it. I don't know. Just wanted to add that in. nuts, seeds, dried fruit will be really good on top. So I'm going to melt my chocolates right now. I thought you were filming me.
I was gonna.
Hold on. All right, camera went down. The flip screen is kind of dented now, but it still works. The lens didn't die.
It's a blessing.
That was really scary. There are chips all over the floor. Chris dropped his bag of chips. We're back. Okay, so to start the bark, I just have the melted dark chocolate here. You can melt it in a double boiler, you can melt it in a microwave, whatever you prefer, whatever aligns with your lifestyle. So I'm basically going to just pour this in the middle of this baking sheet. And then all you're going to do is just take your spatula and just kind of spread it out. So I'm just making this into a rectangle just to make it a little more even when I add the white chocolate on top. I have a melted white chocolate now, and you can really put this on however you'd like. I'm gonna do lines right now, but you can do just random swirls, you can do zigzags or whatever. You just have fun with it. So the way I'm gonna do this is I'm taking this chocolate and I'm going to put strips of it on the dark chocolate. Doesn't have to be perfect, but just try your best here. Now I'm going to just take a butter knife and just run it through the chocolate. So just drag it downward. I'm gonna create this beautiful, oh, I did it the wrong way. You're gonna stagger it, right? Is that? Mm-hmm. Whee! So you're just gonna go back and forth on this chocolate. I'm wiping the chocolate off on a napkin just so it's smooth. But yeah, you're just gonna go back and forth opposite ways. This looks really pretty. The last step is to just add your toppings. So like I said before, you could really add whatever you want on top. I'm getting some freeze-dried raspberries. I'm just going to crush it on top. And I'm just going to sprinkle it over ever so gently. We want enough to add red speckles on it to make it Valentine's Day-y and to just add some color to, especially the white chocolate parts. Ooh, that looks gorgeous already. Basically, I'm just going to pop this into the fridge, allow it to set, and it becomes nice and hard. When it's ready, we're going to cut it into pieces, and you've got yourself some chocolate bark. I'm gonna wash my hands. They're filled with raspberries. Then we're gonna move on to the entree.
Okay, now we're gonna be making our entree. This might get a little bit crazy, just because we need to blanch the broccoli rabe first.
Rare.
So basically what's about to happen right now is we're gonna take our broccoli rabe, add it to boiling water for about a minute, drain it, and then put it in an ice bath for another minute or so. And then we can actually prepare our pasta and all that. So we have our broccoli rabe here. Basically, before we started filming, I just chopped about an inch off the bottom, and then I also rinsed it so it's clean. So we're just gonna pop this in right now. And it's nice because this gets really nice and vibrant when it's blanched. And the reason we do this is because broccoli rabe naturally has this bitter taste to it. So when we blanch it and then put it in an ice bath, it removes a lot of that bitterness and gives it more of a palatable flavor. So if you've never had broccoli rabe, it's really an interesting tasting vegetable. But I really like it, especially in a dish like this. All right, now, ooh, a little hot. Okay, here we go. Floor's getting wet. I told you it was gonna get crazy. Now we're just gonna ice bath.
Put it in the ice bath.
We're gonna bathe these broccoli rabe for about a minute, just until it's fully cool. Our broccoli rabe is prepped and set aside, and now we're just gonna cook up our vegan sausages. We're using Beyond Meat sausage. So we're just gonna add this to our pan and let it cook up until it's heated through, nice and crispy. And then we'll set that aside and cook the rest of our ingredients. We're not gonna be adding any additional oil to our pan here. This is a pan from our place. I know a lot of people ask us what pans we use. We actually just got this pan and we're really excited about it. It's non-stick and it's also non-toxic. And it is cooking up really, really nicely in here.
It's so pretty.
So if you are interested in this pan, it is really pretty. If you're interested in this pan, the link will be down below if you want to check it out. So this recipe is really easy to make. There are a few steps involved. And if you have somebody to help you, so if you're cooking this with your partner, it's perfect because It does take a little bit of tag team with the broccoli rabe getting blanched and drained and ice bathed, which is why this is a perfect Valentine's Day recipe.
The irony is you're doing it all yourself and I'm standing over here.
Yeah, Jasmine's just chilling over here.
I'm manning the camera.
So this is about as much as we want to cook our sausages for now. We don't have to cook them all the way through because we are going to add it back in once we add the remainder of the ingredients. So I'm just going to remove these from the pan now and then add in our garlic and shallots and then the broccoli rabe to saute. So we have our pasta cooking on the side over here in the background, and we are currently going to cook up our shallots and our garlic. So I'm just going to add this to the same pan that we cooked our vegan sausage in. And we're just gonna let this saute a bit until shallots are fragrant and translucent, the garlic, you know, all that. I love shallots because they're literally a mix between garlic and onions, or like a hybrid, and those are two of my favorite things in the whole world. So these will cook up really quickly too. Oh, hi Bear.
Hi. We're just walking through trying to see what's going down over
Here's
here.
your little... Alright, that looks about good. I'm going to add in our broccoli rabe now. It's going to sizzle. Now we're going to add in some red pepper flakes. You can add as much red pepper or as little as you'd like. This recipe is nice to have like a little bit of a kick to it, so I like to add more than less. And you'll notice as this cooks, the broccoli rabe tends to shrink a little bit. Next, we're going to be adding some sun-dried tomatoes here. We're using the ones that are in a jar with oil, so instead of adding additional oil, you can just use the oil from the tomatoes.
Oh, good.
Really good. I'm excited. The smell of this is bringing me right back to my youth. And we can kind of break up these larger broccoli rabe stems as needed. I did a rough chop on them before I added them to the pan. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier, but now we're gonna add in our vegan sausage. Then I'm just gonna turn this to pretty low heat, and we're just gonna wait until our pasta is finished. We're gonna drain that, add it, mix it all together, and that's it. Our pasta is officially finished, drained, ready to go. We're just gonna add it to the rest of our ingredients here, mix it through. You gotta be very careful here. Our pot ended up being a little bit small. I didn't realize how big this pasta was gonna get.
You got huge.
So we're using rigatoni pasta, but you can use any pasta that you'd like. I think my parents ordinarily use orchette. Gotta be very careful here. Can't let any noodles be spared. Whoop. I lost one. As I said it, I just jinxed myself. And that's a wrap. On to the next recipe.
Last but not least, we're making our fondue. I realized we were making everything out of order, but it's because the fondue, we want to make it and serve it immediately so that it doesn't thicken, get weird. I don't know if it's going to, but we shall see. So, to start, I'm just going to add some vegan butter to this pan. You can also use oil here as well, but we're using butter. And then to this, I'm adding in just some minced garlic. So I'm just gonna cook the garlic, but just make sure you don't burn it. You don't wanna overcook it. We just wanna get it sizzling, get it fragrant. To the garlic, I'm adding in some flour, and this is just gonna thick up the whole mixture.
Thick up.
And I'm just going to mix this through, get everything coated. So now, to this, it's been cooking for about a minute. I'm going to add in some beer. So we just have a lager here. That's how you say it, right, babe?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people use wine, but we're doing a beer fondue. So I'm gonna add this, kind of deglaze the pan. Next up, I'm adding in some vegetable broth. If you wanna learn how to make homemade vegetable broth, we have a blog post, I'll link it down below. And then I'm also adding in some mustard. And this you can add as little or as much as you'd like. I added a good amount for Chris and I because we really like mustard. I wouldn't say, actually, he really likes mustard. I like mustard in things.
It's true.
And then we got vegan cheese. So I'm actually using two types of cheese. I'm using cheddar and mozzarella. This is Daya and this is Follow Your Heart. You don't have to do this. You can do 2 bags of cheddar, 2 bags of vegan mozzarella. But yeah, I'm gonna do 1 of each today. So basically, just add that in. I'm gonna add 1 at a time and kind of mix it through. Just like they did at the melting pot. Ooh, it smells really good. I'm gonna add the vegan mozzarella cheese. So basically I'm just going to keep mixing this every so often until everything melts together and it becomes a nice smooth mixture. If you want, you can add onion powder, you can add nutritional yeast, you can add chives, parsley, any other flavors you think you would enjoy in a fondue, toss them in. We're just keeping it kind of simple.
Classic.
Classic. I'm gonna grab my whisk and just whisk this together. So we're serving this with bread, various vegetables, apples.
We were surprised about the apples. But
yeah, honestly.
It works well.
It does, we tried it. It's not my favorite thing in the world, but I'm down for it. This mustard looks so funny in it. The little mustard balls. I'm gonna set everything up for the photos and everything, and we'll show you how the bark turned out, and I will take photos of this, and then we will show you the final product of everything together. I'm really excited to eat. I'm starving. So this has set, and basically, what you can do is you can remove this and put it on a cutting board and cut it, or to keep it simple, you can literally just
peel it.
Let's peel it. Peel it off of here.
Ooh.
You can serve it as is.
I'm just gonna eat this. I'll see you guys later.
Or you can crack it into pieces. So just like crack it. Here, I'll crack it. I'm scared.
Karate chop it.
Crack it into pieces,
Ooh.
like so. And you've got yourself some chocolate bark. I'm gonna take a little bite here.
Mmm.
Very good. We added small chunks of raspberries, and they're more so for decoration than the addition of flavor. But if you add larger chunks of raspberries, you can taste it more that way. Just do whatever you want to do. Have fun with it. I'm going to just set everything up on the dining table for
date night.
Date night, and we're gonna eat. I'm hungry. I'm like starving right now. And this is the board that we set up for the fondue. So we have some bread, celery, carrots, tomatoes,
apples,
green apples, broccoli, and cauliflower. And Chris actually steamed the broccoli and cauliflower. I don't like...
Slightly.
Yeah, I don't like raw broccoli and cauliflower. Can you see it? Yeah. I can't see that far. I'm wearing glasses, and these glasses aren't my new prescription. So I'm like... Yeah, that is gonna be our date night tonight. I'm glad we were able to do this because today's Friday. We are just spending the night in, hanging out.
It's a feel-good Friday.
It is, and I'm excited to just eat all this, chill on the couch. Chris is gonna play video games. We're gonna hang out with Barry.
Am I planning to play video games?
I assume. And it's gonna be a good night. This is our Valentine's Day celebration. Hi, baby. Thank you guys so much for joining in on this. I hope you can try out these recipes and share it with your loved ones, whether that be your significant other, your family, and friends. And I think I don't know what else to say.
That's it. We're drained right now.
Yeah, that actually took a really long time. We had to take, I don't know if you can tell, we had to take photos and shots and everything. And
the real Valentine's Day is gonna be just laying on the couch, going to sleep.
Probably. I'm gonna go on the couch right now and just go to bed. What was I gonna say? If you guys make any of these recipes, please tag us on Instagram or wherever you post them. My handle is Sweet Simple Vegan. Chris is at Conscious Chris. We love seeing your recreations and we love reposting them when we're able to. And I think that's all we really gotta say. We are gonna eat, pass out, and we will see you in the next video. Sorry, I've been doing all the talking.
It's all good. My mind's blank.
I don't even remember what I just said. I feel like I blacked out.
I think it was good. We'll see you guys next time.
Love you guys.
Peace.